Shout out, the Connects. Luis Guzman. Don't ever go, never leave my side. Passion's all I have, courage is my drive. And if I lost you, I would lose it all together. I wouldn't have.
Welcome to I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman podcast, where we highlight the journey of entrepreneurs, creatives, and business people alike to showcase that every light and dark moment create a beautiful piece of art. This is episode 49. I am your host, Luis Guzman. My guest today is a return guest that is a local legend and a worldwide treasure. Owner of Santillo's Pizza, located in Elizabeth, New Jersey, which is a family-owned business known for their amazing pies and unique old-school approach to pizza. A man of the people, adored and loved by his local community, as well as pizza influencers and celebs such as Dave Portnoy, which infamously changed his pizza review score for Santillo's to a 9.8. He has faced adversity as of last year with the unfortunate fire to his pizzeria on January 6th of 2024, but the outcry of support and rally for his business to be rebuilt is a sign that we are still living in a loving world. He has received help locally and has also raised money to rebuild his business through Barstool Sports as well as other platforms. A true artist in the purest sense, he is now closer to opening his doors once again in late October of 2025. And we are all here cheering for him. Famously known for saying on my podcast, "Pizza is my art. I make it, you like it, and that's it." Al Santillo, welcome back to the show, brother.
Thank you, Louis.
It's good to see you, buddy. How you been?
Good. I liked every word you said.
Oh, thank you. It's real. It's truth, right?
I've been feeling much better even just the last few days. I mean, everything that happened to me is one thing, but I don't know if you heard the story about that I swallowed the fish bone.
You swallowed a fish bone?
Yeah.
No, what the heck happened?
Yeah, I swallowed a fish bone, and I almost died. I was in the hospital for 2 months.
Are you
Over
kidding
2
me?
months, yeah.
How fast were you eating this fish?
Well, that's a good thing. I think that the fish, it was real hot.
Uh-huh.
So instead of chewing it, I just went like that with it, and it might have went down like that. Like I didn't even chew it. Like I went to chew it, but you eat something that's super hot and you just swallow it.
Yeah.
And then it went into my large intestine and perforated it. And then on top of it, I thought I had food sickness from eating the fish. And it made matters worse. All these is like lessons in life. So I called the Poison Control Center. And instead of them telling me get to the emergency room, they say, "Oh, just do what you normally do." And I go, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Like I get food sick all the time. Just do whatever you do when you get food sick. I go, "What's that? What is it?" I go, "Take Pepto-Bismol." She goes, "Whatever you do." So, and that was the phone call I got when I called the and I never called that Poison Control Center in my whole life.
Are you kidding me?
I always would just look on the bottle and read all that stuff,
Yeah,
if you swallowed it or get it in your eyes, but whatever. I knew the course I called there, and I wasted like a day and a half because I waited another day thinking I was food sick, and I was so sick the next day. Well, after I called them that night, I started getting delusional, so I didn't even know what was happening. And my wife said I was throwing up all night.
And did you feel anything stuck in your throat?
No,
or your
you don't
stomach?
feel nothing.
It was just sitting in your stomach.
I know exactly what happened. It was Easter Sunday is when all this happened. I ate the fish probably trying to be good because Catholics are supposed to eat fish on Holy Thursday
no
and
meat.
Good Friday, right? So I ate it Thursday. But I still had some left. I'll have it on Friday. So Friday I had the leftover. And then, so that was either Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday because that's the day it was too hot and I swallowed it. And then so it came Saturday. I was sick. And then, and Sunday I still ate Easter dinner, but I didn't feel right.
Didn't feel right.
And then Sunday night I got sick. And then my daughter was going to take me to the emergency room. I said, well, then I called Poison Control. I said, well, let me wait till tomorrow. And then that was Monday. And then I had somebody drive me to the hospital on Monday. And they said, you got to get an... And this is shocking to hear because I thought it was just, all my life, nothing like this
Nothing
ever happened.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so they did some kind of test. and they said, we got to do emergency operation on, like, just deadpan. You got to get, and I go, what do you mean? I said, what do you have to do? He goes, we're going to cut you open like this. And then he goes, he demonstrates the surgeon. We're going to pull out your guts like this. He shows me.
He's showing you all this, and
he's doing
the illustration with his hands.
I'm going to pull some out. I don't know how much. I'll pull some out, and then we'll snip it. Then we'll reconnect it. And that. Wow,
jeez, that's a wild ride.
And I have in my life, I have been a lot sicker than that.
Right.
I remember being a lot sicker than that, and nobody was ever talking about we're going to cut you open.
Jesus. So they went through the operation.
Wait, hold on. So like I'm like, hold on. Like, and he goes, he's waiting, he keeps doing more tests. And I'm telling him, well, give me something for pain. You ain't getting nothing for pain. No. Because then you'll won't want the operation.
Right.
So I'm now the pain is starting. I'm getting to be like in a lot of pain.
What kind of pain? What did it feel like, the pain?
It's the hardest thing to explain. You're just in pain.
Okay.
That's all I'm telling you. You're in pain now. So I must have got there, 6 in the evening. So here it is by 12 o'clock. All right, I'll sign the paper. So they 12 o'clock, I signed the paper. And they called all the doctors back. Like, they must have been home. So they had to call the team because whatever they needed. And people had to come from emergency from home. Then I guess about 12 o'clock at night, somewhere around there, just after midnight probably, they gave me the operation. Then I didn't even know what a coma was, but I must have been in a coma for 5 days. I was having all these crazy dreams that went on for like 5 days. I was in this coma, and I was having the craziest dreams of my life.
Jesus, can you share one?
You want to hear one?
Yeah, give me what was the craziest dream you thought of during those 5 days?
That I thought I was taking a train from Canada, and I was sitting. You know how you sit on the train, on a train.
Yeah.
And these things come out of the thing and grab me around the ankles like this, and I was like locked into the chair.
Holy.
And then I was taking this train from Canada for like a couple days, and then somehow I wound up on like a small cruise ship, like docked in New York Harbor. And they tell me you got to get off the cruise ship. It's rusting or it's leaking or something. So then I'm off the cruise ship, and then they must have incubated me. They had intubated me. You know what that is?
Yeah, when they cut you open.
No, they stick this thing.
Oh, through your mouth, yes.
Yeah, they stick it down either through your nose or down your mouth. I forget. And it goes to your stomach so that you don't suffocate or whatever.
Or choke, yeah.
So they stuck that all the way down there. And I'm having this delusion that somehow I'm in Texas, and this girl that does a volunteer in the hospital got me into this house, and they were going to remove this thing out of me that was stuck in there because the one doctor wouldn't take it out of me, and the thing was down in me for like a week. Well, wow. I'm having all these delusions. I had another delusion where the people working in the hospital, I thought they were people working on a cruise ship, but it was like a hospital ship, like something you would see in the war movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And the people that were working there were going around selling prunes to the patients at night, and like on the side they were selling them like this prune juice that was supposed to be good for their stomachs. Oh, it was
wild.
Yeah, and the thing is, I never forgot any of the dreams. Like, I'm just telling you, this was 2 years ago or going on 2 years ago, but it was just like you were thought it was really happening.
Jesus.
Yeah,
well, thank you. Thank God you're still here with us. And thank God everything went well.
The lesson to be learned is, you don't feel right, get to the emergency room or the doctor right away.
And don't call the poison center.
And don't call poison control center. Just go to the emergency room.
Wow, Al. Well, thank God for you being here today, man, and sharing that story. And, when you were here the first time, I mean, everybody loved it. I mean, they said, this guy Al is amazing. He's an artist, and he's got all these great stories. I learned so much about you. But after that, and I saw you in the wintertime last year, you had the infamous day of January 6th, where the pizzeria, burned down. First of all, I know how important this business is to you, man, and it's like a family heirloom in your world. I mean, what can you walk me through that day of what happened? And
okay, I got January 6th. The commercial area, the front half of the building is residential.
Yes,
that's where I grew up. This is so interesting because you get a history lesson.
This is history. I want to
this
know
is
the
going to give you the
history,
history lesson. It's called One Family with Attached Business. Elizabeth was full of them. You go to Sacco's Meat Market today, he's got exactly what I had. You walk into the front, you have a store, and then as soon as you close that counter, his house is right behind there.
Wow.
So,
that was old school back in the day, though, right?
That was, and there's still a bunch of them. Elizabeth still got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's called One Family with Attached Business. And that was normal. And now, if you Google that, nothing even comes up.
Really?
That term don't even exist.
They took it out.
It don't even exist on Google. One Family with Attached Business. So now I have to do something that I'm grandfathered in with a lot of things. They have 2 codes. They got a partial rehabilitation code where you can't increase the value of the place more than 25% or something like that. Or you can't make it any bigger. They got all these rules that you have to govern, like your reconstruction of these old places in the city, because they have a new code where you go around like over here, you have to have all these setbacks. When you go in the city, all the houses are sandwiched all together.
Get it. I do it with fences. There's a setback. There's a setback. There's a setback. I get it. Yeah.
Right, but back in the day, they didn't have that. You could build right on the property line. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's hard to redevelop the city, because there's no room for setbacks. So they got another code. So I'm under the other code because my property is built right on the property line.
Got it.
So people don't understand. If you would have knocked that down, they wouldn't let you rebuild it because you don't have enough room for the setbacks. So you'd have to get variances and all this stuff, and
it's a pain in the butt,
and have to go before city council and all.
But you could just call Baldwin and say, "Listen, come on, man.
Well,
make it happen."
Mayor Bowles has been the most helpful person in the whole city of Elizabeth. I told you about the magic words, right?
What was
this
that?
This is old Italian stuff. If it's 11 words or less, they could be magic words. I want this family business open as soon as possible.
That's the 11 words.
That's the Mayor Bowles said those. But those are 10. Actually, actually was a
wow. So yes, he did say that. Yeah, that he wants. Yeah.
He wants.
So he was behind you.
Right. So that means once he made that announcement, that's like an open call to anybody to help. So all kinds of people that got the heads up to be helpful for me. He can't do anything that special for me, but he can make sure that the wheels of government are working right.
Yeah. And now, you're a man of like me that we're kind of habitual. We like to work hard. We wake up every day. I do the same thing over and over.
It's an ethnic.
Right?
They call that. It's called work ethic.
Work ethic. You're a very high work ethic person, just as myself. Now, if I had a routine broken, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. You got your routine broken because the place burned down. How did you deal with that?
I still get up and work every day.
It must have been hard for you though in the beginning, right?
Listen, I was up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Because the thing happened on fire was January 6th.
Uh-huh.
February 6th, March 6th. When I got hurt, I'm trying April.
It was around April.
I know exactly the date. So April 1st was when I had the operation. So it was only February 6th, March 6th. It was less than
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Before I got sick, was in the hospital. So, as soon as I recovered from the hospital, I had already been in the bed for like almost 20 days before they even tried to get out of bed.
Wow.
Before I even tried to get out of bed. So I lost every muscle in my body. That was like the worst outcome for me, because every day you're in bed and you don't get up and move around, you lose 5% of your muscles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and you were in bed for how long?
20 days.
20 days.
So
So
I had
you're talking
no-
about 60% of muscle.
No, 100%.
Jeez.
I had no muscles left. It was like I looked like a broomstick.
Jeez,
A
man.
good thing. The only thing that saved me was probably like the hard life I had, working real hard all my life, and the extra meat I had on me, because I lost 30 pounds
Wow.
because I couldn't eat.
I told you lost weight.
Yeah, well, no, I gained it. I gained all that back. I'm pretty much back to the weight I was before.
Yeah.
But so anyway, you're asking me about having things to do. I got a million things to do. Now I got to try to get my business back open. I was laying up to the hospital. This phone right here, still had this phone all that long. I couldn't lift this phone up for the life of me.
Wow.
I couldn't lift this phone up for nothing, even with two hands.
Jesus.
I didn't have the strength to hold that phone. They had to come in my room and they'd have something like this, you know,
hold
like
the phone up.
Yeah, to hold the phone up, and I couldn't even lift my finger to press the buttons. It took every bit of strength I had just to try to, and like you keep doing it over and over, and like you're trying to lift your finger. It was nuts.
Oh, I can't imagine.
To be that weak, yeah.
To be that weak, and then having your business suffer, and you got to go back and get right to it and figure it out. How did you start that whole thing? You were just like, hey, one step at a time. Just gonna wake up, knock one thing out after another.
That's what. Just get up every day, and basically, that is your life. You don't. It's not a 9-to-5 life. It's my being. This is what I'm doing every minute.
This is your world.
Yeah, this is my whole being is doing this stuff. So you know, it's any entertainment I have is centered around the business, like my help and my contractors and whoever else. Those are all like my livelihood, my entertainment. I got to enjoy every minute of it. You know what I mean? Because it's not like I'm gonna leave there and go to a show and get a couple laughs. I'm gonna go home, gonna eat dinner, get ready for bed. Then I'm on this thing for hours trying to figure out the thing. But now I'm shopping for exhaust fans right now. You have to know everything about exhaust fans, or you wind up with the wrong exhaust fan.
100%.
And then like everything in that place is 100% custom made by hand. That's why it's so hard to. It's cheaper to knock it down and rebuild it if you could, than to try to repair all that. Every single thing in there is custom.
The oven was custom. Yeah. You told me this. The bricks, like you. When they built that place 120 years ago, there was no codes. So you try to take something that was built 100 years ago and bring it up to any kind of modern standards. It's like the walls are crooked, the ceiling's crooked, the floor is crooked. Yeah, everything's off. Yeah.
And then, you know, like I did everything. I didn't change the sewer. Sewer looks like it's good. Who knows how long the sewer line's gonna last? Then I'll be breaking up the concrete to get to the sewer line. You know what I mean?
I was there in the wintertime when you were really cranking it, you know, and trying to figure this out. This was probably like weeks after January 6th. And let me tell you something, as bad as it was, your spirits were so high and you were so positive. How did you maintain such a positive attitude with all this adversity? With the business,
it's like I'm on a mission, you know.
I think people have to hear that, because some people feel like they give up if it's too hard. You didn't give up; you leaned into it.
Yeah, it's just you got to do whatever. Like every fiber in your body, you have to stay optimistic. Because you can make yourself sick worrying. I'm not a worrier. Like that's one of the things that I taught from the time I was young. Is my father used to say, "Why should I be worrying? Get off my ass and do something." So as long as I'm up doing something, you know, I'm working towards the positive.
I fight that a lot because I worry a lot sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm not a worrier.
How do you fight that?
Got to find something to do.
But I do notice when I'm busy, I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, you lay down in bed at night, a million things going through your head. How do you turn that off? It's so hard to do sometimes, isn't it?
You got to that little. You got to see. Yeah, that little voice that you have in your head.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big percentage of people in the world that don't even have that. That's hard to imagine. But that's like I listen to get all these facts and all these statistics.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but they're saying that little voice that's in your head, that your ego, your id, whatever they used to. They took a little bit of that from college. They called it that. You got to have a talk with him.
Yeah, you got to tell him, shut up.
No, well, you got to tell him it's going to be. No, but that was another thing. I remember a lot of this stuff from my father. I got raised well. He knew the right things to say. He had been in the Navy in World War II. You know, they went through World War II.
I mean, it doesn't get any crazier than that.
No, everybody running around trying to kill each other. So that's,
Sheesh.
You have to kind of like tell yourself this stuff. Nobody's asking you to fight a war. No, nobody's running around with guns trying to kill each other. Like, it ain't that bad.
You're right.
You know?
Wow, that's a good perspective, Al, because you know, when you think about it from that perspective, it's like, what am I stressing about?
Yeah.
There's nothing to stress about.
Yeah.
We got air in our lungs.
Yeah.
We can get up and do stuff. We can figure it out.
Well, you know, like I was talking last time, a lot of it is fear of failure. You know, you could fail and then you could lose everything, because eventually that's going to happen. You just get up every day and keep trying to push the wolf away from the door. I just lived at a time when I was raised by a lot older people, and being grown up in a business, the pizzeria and the bread business, you saw hundreds of people. Like when you're selling bread, I had to knock on doors, go sell bread door to door.
Yeah.
I had to go and bring people's bread to their house, bring their pizza to their house. And that's how you get to know so much, because you start at, and we're people first, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got a story to illustrate that, because I lived through this. The 60s, the inflation was so bad. It's worse than today.
Really?
Way
In the
worse.
60s.
And what happened was, all the older people, older than my parents, my grandparents' generation, this is in Elizabeth. I can't tell you about the whole world, but the Elizabeth area, all these old people were losing their houses because, say, they retired from a factory in whatever, 1950 something. The inflation, now they're wiped out. Just a couple of years of bad inflation, they were all losing their houses.
Right.
This way you drive around Elizabeth today, you see these great big senior citizens buildings. When they built that, my grandmother was one of the first ones to move into one of those buildings, because she lost everything, because when her husband died and they ran out of money, and, you know, all her kids couldn't take care of her, so they got her into the senior citizens.
Oh, gosh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's what but she wasn't the only one. There was enough to fill up that whole building over there.
Yeah.
And then I would go over there to visit her, and my father everybody was so nice back then. You used to go in there with a box of bread, and all the old people would buy your bread off you. Everybody was making a living. Amen. And I remember when I first started working in life, I was just a kid. I used to get paid a penny. And a lot of times I didn't get paid any money. So this is why I'm doing it. I wasn't getting no money for it anyway.
A penny,
so it
Jesus.
matter.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I used to get a penny for every loaf of bread I sold. And that was it. That was my pay. And I was still saving money.
Yeah.
I remember I saved $100 like that.
Wow. How many loaves of bread did you sell in a day on average?
Well, it depends on the day. I was around a long time. But I first started selling bread in a little red wagon. I couldn't have been more than 7 years old.
Wow.
My father got me one of those little wagons.
Yeah.
And I had a box of bread on there, and I went around the whole South Broad Street block, because I wasn't old enough to cross the street.
That is such a cool story.
And talk about times change. When I first started going around the block, people were always home to buy the bread. Then, like, maybe was it a year or two later, it got to be like there was never anybody home anymore.
Why is that?
I don't know, where times were changing.
Times were changing, man.
Instead of like always somebody being home, like a mother or a father or somebody older at the home, you got there and hardly nobody was at the house no more.
How good were you're living now in 2025 and you see technology, phones, and all this access. Do you miss it the way it was back in the 60s, 70s, 80s? Or do you like better in these times?
It's really a lot better now. There was nothing worse than trying to go find a phone booth. That was like a bad experience. You know what I mean?
That was a heck of a journey in its own.
Find a phone booth.
And then you got to get a quarter to make the call, or 5 cents, whatever.
And a long distance call could cost you $50 back then.
Back then, yeah.
You'd be sitting there throwing quarters in there. Like, you know, it was nothing to pay $50 for a long distance phone call in the 70s.
Oh, I can imagine. But you had your peace of mind, right? Nobody can just get in contact with you right away. That had to be pretty good, no?
No, listen, it was really like a drag, like the way the communications were and everything. There was some good things about it. They got everything done with a telephone, you know, where you had to go in person to see people. But the parents got it done with a telephone and going to see people in person. And then you actually have to sit down and write a letter and a postcard.
Oh my God, man. Come on,
Yeah, man. Back in my day,
snail mail.
you had to sit there and write a letter like this, man, with script. How you been? How's vacation? How you doing over there?
And you got to give it to the postman.
Yeah, and wait whatever 2 weeks to get a response.
Now, isn't it crazy that now with these phones, in 2 seconds you get a response? Isn't that wild?
I didn't even imagine this thing was possible till it came out.
Yeah.
I remember they had the phones. All right, that made kind of sense. So you could have the phone.
Right.
But to have the whole internet on there.
The whole internet, your photos, your email, your life.
Anything you want to ask this thing right now, you'll get some kind of answer. Like I said, now I'm shopping for exhaust fans. I got to know exactly the exhaust fan that I want. They got centrifugal fans. They got belt-driven fans. They got they got another kind of fan. There's like
it's a bunch of different.
Yeah, there's all different. And if you don't get the right one, and then do you want this one or do you want a more efficient one? Do you want a less efficient one? That's crazy.
It's nuts, man. But see, the technology helps us.
Yeah,
you know?
and
it makes you a better businessman too.
Yeah, and because, like with the advertising, I don't spend any money on advertising.
They do it for you.
Well, it's free now with Facebook and Instagram. That's 100% free. If you want to spend money with them, fine. But I got enough of a good product that this is the most important thing for little businesses like you and me, that now people could find you. Whereas in the past, how did they find you? The one guy came in years ago, goes, how do people find places like this? He goes, only by luck. I found this place. Yeah. Only by luck he found Santillo. Because you drive around Elizabeth, you don't know what's 5 feet away from you.
Yeah, it's true.
Like this, you drive by this place, you don't know what's here. You don't have a clue what's in here. Clue. Yeah.
But you built this family business after your dad gave it to you, and I mean, Santillo's today is legendary. Well, I mean, your family business is a national treasure. I
think we have the truest recipe you're ever gonna find.
What's the recipe? Tell me.
Well, it's flour, water, yeast, and salt.
Then, you can't snow a snowman.
Well, I'm giving you the recipe. I make it so simple. I could tell you how to do it, but you ain't gonna go do it. I'm the one that gets up and does it like a donkey 12 hours a day. That's donkey work. My father called that donkey work.
But it's a hell of a recipe. Well, it's a hell of a pizza.
You have to work the recipe.
Tweaking.
Well, no, you have to get up and go work the recipe, not tweak it. You got to go work the recipe. I have a recipe that it's like a living recipe. You have to work. I change it a little bit every day, depending. Really? Yeah, it's not nothing like. It's not like this. You know what I mean? Where they're making a million bottles. No, where they're making a million bottles a day. I'm making something fresh from scratch every day. That's like a living product. I mean, I could sit here and just talk about what I do all day that other places don't do. I see what they do. They don't have my recipe. Let them make what they want over there. We know what we're making over here. Exactly. Like these guys, they're just happy they're making something. Talk about my competitors. They're just happy they're making something. I go in there and I see them. Oh man, I'm making something. He's happy he's making something. Leave him alone.
Yeah. But you're in a class of your own, though.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you sit up on top of all of them because you got the legacy and you got the experience.
I was kind of like, until you shop around enough and experiment and stay deep into this one field of like the bread and the pizza and the dough, you don't know yourself. But then by the time I'm doing this, from the time I'm 12 to the time I'm 30, like this is all I'm doing, and I'm learning and reading like, bread magazines and bread books and science books, all pertaining to what what they taught me was 100% right. But now you want to go out and verify it. It takes all these years. And my father would always take his bread, somebody else's bread, and go back. Say you want to get a new customer. He would go talk to the cook or the owner. Santillo's bread always won. No matter, I just couldn't believe it myself. I didn't know how good it was. You don't know until, like, you don't have it. This is how it really happens. You have it, and you get used to it. Then you don't have it no more. Like these people, they move away from New Jersey, even like any New Jersey pizza, and they're used to and they only can get chain pizza or whatever pizza they can get down there.
Sucks.
Right? Then now I know that's the biggest thing. They move away from this area where you got the real stuff, and now you're gonna go and you're gonna get a cheap facsimile. Mm-hmm. If you don't know the difference, I don't know. Some people are meat and potatoes, guys. They just eat for calories. That's what they don't care what they're eating. Food's not their thing.
Yeah. But the people that love pizza and love real, genuine, ingredients, that's why they come to you.
Yeah, no, look,
you
can't make a better product than what I'm making.
Oh, no. Your product is. Yeah. Listen, I'm not. I can probably have 3 slices of pizza in one sitting. I got pizza from you several times, and I ate the whole damn thing between me and my wife. Like, we'll sit there. It just has this. You just want to keep eating it. And I don't know if that's the San Marzino tomatoes or the sauce.
It's the whole.
It's something.
It's the whole enchilada.
Oh man, it's delicious.
They'll take, and a lot of my customers that are really good, they come back and they tell me, report things that'll give you better insight. Like the one guy said, when he buys a Santillo pizza, the first bite you taste, second bite you taste, every bite of pizza tastes different all the way to the end. Mm-hmm. Every other pizza he ever gets, that first bite, that's as good as it gets. When you get to the last bite, every bite tastes the same.
Everybody tastes the same.
Every bite tastes the same. You go buy Santillo's, every bite you have tastes different.
Santillo's is like an experience. Yeah, it's not just biting into a pizza. You're experiencing something. Yeah. It's like
and then on top of it, it gets better for up to 5 days because as it marinates. I do so many things with it that I can't tell you to do this because it's like against the Board of Health rules, but I do it for myself. I'll take that like Sicilian pizza after it comes out of the oven, and I'll leave it sitting like just on a wire rack. I make sure that air can get around it, airflow. That thing, the way it dries out, but the air is antiseptic. So every day as it's drying out, it's like changing the taste, but it's still good. It's not going to make you sick or anything. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's some of the best pizza I ever ate was one that's been laying out for a few days.
And it's funny you say that, right? Because I was listening to something the other day, and Leonardo da Vinci, right, the painter, he said human beings love to have comparison. So they want to have 2 different chocolates to eat it and compare. Yeah. But in your case, your pizza, you're getting that comparison because every bite tastes different. Yeah. So it's like what Leonardo da Vinci said. You're creating literally art in a form of pizza.
This is like, when I grew up like, you could be an American or you could be an Italian. There was enough Italians around that if you just wanted to stay insular in like an Italian community, you could do it. And you didn't have to bother with like Americans. Like,
right.
The Americans are different culture than the Italians. It's not the same thing.
Not the same, yeah.
So I forget who it was. They said about the Italians, everyone's a natural born actor. So every Italian was raised that they can do all these things because from the time you're little, you're being taught how to cook and all this kind of things that a lot of people, they're not taught that.
Yeah, they're not.
So we're taught how to do all these things from the time we're little, and if a lot of people just aren't taught that. I was raised like the old-fashioned way. Like I forget where I was. I'm watching a video. They take you to this place in Italy. These people are the most like they could do anything. One day he's gardening, the next day he's taking care of a horse, the next day he's making bread, the next day he's building a roof, the next day he's playing a guitar. I mean, how do they do all that? But yet one person is doing all these things.
It's the self-sufficiency. And you think now, honestly, between me and you, I think the kids nowadays, a lot of them are kind of lost. Like, do you think we lost that in America?
Listen, as the time goes by, the time will weed them all out. Everybody's not going to be a survivor. It goes back to like just the generation before. It was even my father was generation. It was very expected that you were going to lose so many kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like say, like even my mother. My mother had 8 kids, but they still crying about the 2 miscarriages that she had. So there's 2 kids right there that didn't get born.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't have all these antibiotics and stuff. I'd have been dead when I was a kid because I got infections that only antibiotics were going to cure.
Right.
So people expect the perfection every day, but the old-fashioned Italians, they didn't think that way at all, that it's only the few that's going to survive.
God. No, but what about the kids today that just don't want to do nothing? They're lazy. They don't have any work ethic. They don't have any work ethic.
They're not going to survive. You know,
they're
still back to the survival of the fittest.
Mm.
You really got to get up and this is really, really competitive world.
Yeah.
Listen, if those kids don't figure it out, you know, they're going to be like join a cult or be some kind of follower. No, but I'm saying all these things exist in the world.
Yeah.
You know, everybody, like, you're very independent. I'm independent. I know a lot of independent people, and I got to like bite my tongue with them, like all these contractors I have.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're all working for themselves.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I hear you. Yeah. They don't take nothing from nobody.
I got to back up because I know I'm old enough now that I survived all this. Like now that like these guys that are the contractors, they're in their 40s, and I'm old enough to be their father, but they don't look at me like that. You know?
Yeah. That's funny, man.
Yeah, like all these contractors are in their 40s now. Here I'm gonna be 69 in March. So like
God
I'm
bless
way
you,
up.
man.
I'm
Look good.
And I got all these, like I say about being in town, I'm playing by a different set of rules. It's like old-fashioned baseball. They got different rules. The rules is when you Italian and you have a little family, a picture like a grocery store. You got a little business like that. The retirement age, they always told me was 80. And then they explain why it's 80. Because by the time you buy your business and buy your building and establish your business and you do all these things and you can't really charge as much as you want because of all the competitive factors that are around, you got to work till you're 80.
That's crazy. I don't think that's the case now, though. You think? I mean,
look, every place is different. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood, and that was the rules I was taught.
That was the old school rules, yeah.
There's still a lot of Italian guys out there working into their 90s. I could go and show you Italian guys that are in their 90s still working.
But you think it's financial literacy? Like they just didn't invest the money right or something?
Maybe they're gambling.
That's the one we didn't talk about, the gambling.
He has money to pay his online gambling. They know that much.
That's another
90
epidemic.
years old. They could, all right, 3 hearts.
Let's go. Cha-ching.
How many pounds of sausage you want out?
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
But everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
I never want to count somebody else's money. But you want to live in New Jersey. A lot of these people are paying $25,000 a year just for the property tax. And that's not even worth it. It's not uncommon.
It's not. Oh, sorry. It's not uncommon. And you go to Westfield, right? And you're talking about $50,000 in property tax. Like it's crazy.
I can't get my mind around that, but I'm sure you're right.
That's insane, man.
And then, like, my place is real little. And there's a reason I want a little. That was another Italian rule. That place is big enough that if nobody shows up, I could make it just by myself there.
Yeah.
I can make enough bread. I can make enough pizza just to pay the taxes and pay the bills over there. And I could get by because as soon as you want to start getting bigger, I mean, everybody wants to run their business different. So that's what they can do. But if you go to an area, once you get out of like the area, like and move further out, prices go down. But everybody's got a different deal, like how they want to run their business. But yeah, like you see a ton of businesses going out of business.
Yeah, they try to grow too big and they fall.
Well, ain't
they
that
get greedy?
They could. I can't even blame the business people a lot. There's a lot of factors beyond your control. There's high rent. You can't get help. I mean, a million things could go wrong with a business. You're really taking a big thing like me. like I couldn't get fire insurance.
Why?
Because my place was so old, they wouldn't sell it to me. As soon as I found out I had that brick oven in the age of the building, they took my insurance away.
What? And
They don't. Nobody has to sell you insurance.
Yeah.
They don't have to sell it to you. They can't say you have to give it to me. So I shopped around for it, and that's the answers. And I ain't just making this. I talked to other business owners. Like I got a friend that he's an electrician, owns an older building in New York. First all his insurance is like $10,000 a year, and then insurance companies do this to a lot of people. They keep jacking you up every year. Like this year is 10, next year is 14,
the name of the game.
Next year is 20. Next year after that, a couple of years later, they look to bang you 28, but you don't know what's hitting you. And then by the time you get up to the 28 and you were just at 14 a few years ago, I can't afford this shit no more. I got to go look around for another place. And meanwhile, this thing is lapsing and you're looking around for another insurance. You know what I mean? Look, I got a pain in my head. Thinking, oh man, what a pain right here.
Oh God, no! But what separates you, I think, from other businesses is you got a name and you got a reputation.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean.
Like I said, as long as I've been really lucky in my life that I have exuberant health, and that's another thing that goes back to the beginning of time. Because I was raised, they said the Santillos were from good stock.
Yeah, good
That's
stock.
That's important because there's a lot of sickly people out there too.
This is true.
I know plenty of sickly people. But Santillos were from good stock, and I could get up and I could give you, the younger I was, I mean, I was proud of myself when I was in my 20s. I was working like 130 hours a week, a few weeks. Yeah, and people made me stop, but like I was real happy doing it. I got up. I used to run the bed business all day, then clean up from that, and then run the pizza business all night. That's how they tell me my grandfather lived, so they always made that out to be like the ideal, how like my grandparents lived. So like I wanted to be like that.
You were taught from your grandparents and your father, and you just carried on tradition basically.
Well, it was ingrained in me. It's inbred in me to be like that.
Yeah. But now with you opening the store, I mean, when are we looking for the relaunch date of Santillo's? When is that coming? When grand opening special announcement?
I hope to be open by October.
October, which is around the time this episode is going to come out.
Yeah,
so hopefully that works out.
And we're making great strides over there every day. But like I said, I have these certain mentors that give me the really rock solid advice, and I just got the same advice yesterday from another one of these, whatever you call the people up high that give you this advice.
Contractors, advisors.
Yeah, older contract, but there's like the powers up there, whatever. Take your time and do it right.
Yes. Say it again.
Take your time and do it right. And do it once.
Yes.
You don't want to be going there and ripping out the driveway and putting another sewer line. And we checked the sewer line. The sewer line looks good. But sewer line's old. I don't know when that sewer line got put in. So it's the amount of minutia. There's sewer line, there's water line, there's electric line, there's gas line.
It's a lot.
It's mind-boggling.
But, you do it right once, like you said, and when you open, it's going to just keep flourishing.
Yeah. You got to watch so many. It's cheaper to knock it down and build it over, and if you can't, look for a place where you can.
But that takes away the history.
I'm talking about other people.
No, but
for me, that's the only spot I want to be. I've been living here since I'm born, and one time I left there for 4 years when I went in the service, and when I came back, I was so happy to come back. I said, I'm never going to leave here again. It was just so nice to come back and be with everybody.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah.
How's the vibe in there now that you're renovating it? Do you still
it's so
feel
nice. Like different people have been stopping by to see how I'm doing.
Yeah?
I don't want to mention a name, but some police officers stop by to see how I'm doing. And
really?
Yeah, and I put it on Facebook a couple times. I was giving out the bricks that came out of the oven.
Oh,
all the things that happened in one day, I couldn't even tell you all. That's why I wish I had somebody there recording
everything, right?
I documented a lot of stuff, but just from minute to minute, like put it together. Like I said, when these contractors come to visit, you got Tommy Marbles, you got the tile guy, you got the carpenter, like the brick mason that does the fire brick. There's only one of these guys left
Really?
in the country that I know of. I had some other companies come down, but they were like big companies. This is one guy that comes. His family's from Scotland. They're all from off the boat. Now he's in his 60s. He's the last one left doing it. That could.
And he's rebuilding your oven.
He did it already. He's all done.
And how is that compared to the old oven?
It's the same exact
Same
oven.
exact.
He
bricks,
only
everything.
replaced literally 5% of that oven. He only replaced 5% of that oven. But it still took him way over a month because that's how labor intensive it was.
It's not easy.
No, took two guys. Plus, I helped them, and I got another person there that gives them a hand when you need. They just don't show up and do everything. You have to have everything ready so that they can work. Like telling this guy upstairs, you got to have everything ready. So when
Everybody's
you help,
got to go in there and do it. Yeah.
Hey, where's my this? How come there's no ink in the printer? You know, who's taking out the garbage can? You know,
It's true. It's true.
I know what they do. Who's cleaning? Hey, Anchor, who cleaned the bathroom?
Hey, you got to have one person in position to do something.
Anchor, who cleaned the bathroom?
Encore, we need to find out right away who cleaned those bathrooms. Oh man,
It's all that.
Yeah, no, it's all that though. It's a circus. It is a circus to manage this business.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a 3-ring circus, and the sideshow's booked. I'll give you a call. Oh my God! It don't stop.
How important was it for you, Al, when Dave Portnoy reached out and did that shirt for you and helped you?
Can I just
build
tell you
money,
something?
Man?
I was raised in a world where there was like big men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My father was big to me, but then there was like really
Bigger
big
men,
guys in the world that you only heard about. You know what I mean? And once in a while, you would see one of them, and they could say these words: "Whatever you need, 3 words.
Whatever you need.
And here's my number. They put it on the card and they hand it to you. Whatever you need.
Old school
Guys. And Dave, after the fire, it was like, I don't know how all this happened so perfectly. A neighbor was walking by. Had to be 10 minutes after the fire, a couple minutes after the fire started, because it was just all starting to come out, the smoke. That's the picture that got on all the news.
I seen that picture.
He took it. I don't know where he posted it, but within minutes, Dave Portnoy had the picture. He had the exclusive, and he was broadcasting it all over the world. He had an emergency press conference.
Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
Remember that? Yeah.
That happened like before the fire was even out.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Basically the fire department, like before the fire department got there.
Took the flames out. Extinguished the flames.
Before the fire was out, they've already had the news all over the world and had an emergency press conference. I swear to God.
Wow. Did he call you after that happened?
He don't give me... I don't talk to him on the phone that much because he's such a busy guy.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. Like, can't answer the phone now, but you'll text me and he'll get right back to you. I don't know how he does it. He's like a super brain.
Yeah,
he knows everything going on.
Wow.
I mean, I knew people that knew everything going on, but this guy, he really knows everything going on. And I figured he put a big thing at the emergency press conference, whatever Al needs. So
whatever Al needs.
Yeah, and whatever Al needs. And then whatever Al needs turned out to be a lot, because I was working. I'm telling you, I was working 7 days a week, night and day. Well, a lot of times in my life, I worked 7 days a week. You never made a lot of money there because you just could never make enough, and you couldn't charge enough with that little. No matter how hard you work, you can only make so much over there. So after Hurricane Sandy, I got really scared because I could lose everything, and I seen a lot of people lose everything after Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
So that's when I started working 7 days a week, night and day, trying to just save enough money that if something like that happened to me, a flood or whatever, I have enough money to rebuild.
Yeah.
And I had a nice chunk of money saved, but the prices went up so much in the last, the Hurricane Sandy was 2012.
And then you had COVID
13,
in
14,
2020.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 12 years
12
ago.
years.
Hurricane Sandy was 12 years before that.
Wow.
So, but I saved a nice chunk of money, but prices just went up. Like since Hurricane Sandy, a lot of prices probably doubled since then.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
They say prices double every 20 years. It's probably true.
Yeah,
every 20
years, it's
they double.
It's big business, right? The wheels keep turning, things keep going up, expenses go up.
It's planned inflation. We really got to control the economy. Where they're saying, "Oh, how much inflation this year? 3.5%." They never want inflation to be zero, and they never want it to go below zero.
Yeah,
because then all the big people that have big real estate holdings, they're going to lose money. Oh, God forbid the price of a freaking house went down to where a young person could afford it. God forbid that.
That's exactly what they think. Yeah, it's greedy. It's greedy. So it's like greed runs the world, right?
Yeah.
And
they're so greedy that they can run the world, because all the people that ain't born yet, that's another thing. They're 50 years. You're going to have a kid born today. These people are 50 years ahead of them. They got any possible thing that you could even think. They're already capitalizing off of that.
Yeah. So, getting to your point about all the stuff going up and the prices and inflation, how important was it when Dave Portnoy did that shirt for you to help you raise money for the renovation?
Listen, so much happened. So I forget how I first, and I was really didn't know if Dave was serious about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to do it, and I forget how he reached out to me now, and how really got to happen thing other than and how I reached him. First, I used to contact them through Instagram. Direct messaging, and that's a good way to contact him.
That's a quick way to get to him.
He looks at that.
He looks at that.
Yeah, he does. He'll tell you, oh, this guy DM'd me 50 times. That's why I'm here getting a pizza here today. So I think
the DM is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
you
think
reached
that's
out to him
through there. But then he gave me his cell phone number. And then when I was up in the hospital recovering, that's when he came up with the idea for the T-shirt. First, we're going to sell the T-shirt and we're going to make enough money. But then he had a bigger brainstorm because he's a super brain.
Yeah.
He had that One Bite Festival coming up.
That's right.
And he goes, I'll make all the proceeds to help Santillo's, and then I guarantee he'll have enough money. So, but
so
I don't know. I saw some video yesterday, right where we're talking about Dave. I put my phone on. Here's Dave standing there, sitting there with a big cigar. He goes, $20 million, ashtray money. Well, I never even heard the expression ashtray money. I grew up with a lot of expressions of like
ashtray money. Like, 20 million is not ashtray money to me.
Well, in his world, I grew up with expressions like walking around money.
Walking around money.
Yeah. Don't go out of the house unless you got a couple hundred just for walking around.
Walking around.
These people around. But when you're young, you used to go out with no money, and the big thing was window shopping.
Window shopping.
You had no money, just window shopping. Went through a lot of years like that.
I hear you. Me and you both, man.
Only had enough money to go window shopping.
You have to visualize everything.
Yeah. You didn't have no money, go window shopping and look and dream.
But you know what he did for you is beautiful, man.
Let me just finish telling that story.
Yeah, tell me, yeah.
So then he had that plan, and it was so funny. So we're all at the One Bite Festival. And that One Bite Festival, everybody I'm inviting you go there. It's the greatest event of the whole year, I'm telling you. Such a nice clientele of class of people walking around there. Mm-hmm. And you could he's true, you could have a slice of pizza from all these different pizzerias, because I did. And we had the day shift. The day shift is crazy. And then at night, the crowd thins out a little bit. He has 2 sessions. So I was able to leave there and walk around for like an hour and visit all the other. It was like a reunion for pizza makers. And you get access to the people that are making your pizza.
That's a cool thing, yeah.
People come over, they get their picture with me, shake their hand, and get to talk to you like for a minute. And I'm like that. And like a lot of these people are like stars. They devoted their whole life to this business. Now we're getting a little bit of acclaim where we never used to get that.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is great. So anyway, Yeah, that happened. And so Dave raised all that money. And I started a Facebook group called Santillo Volunteers.
Yes.
And a good thing that I knew enough to how to start that. And then a bunch of people joined that. And there's where I got a lot of people that really helped me. Like I got into this. Want me to name some people?
Yeah, please.
Rob Premsler from Premsler and Associates. He volunteered to be my accountant because I couldn't do it without him.
Wow.
Just for this project. And then, of course, Dave Portnoy, you got to go without saying. And then Mayor Bowledge from the city of Elizabeth. And then John Papetti's his right-hand man. And anything I need, he could direct me through the process. And then after Papetti, the whole administration is great. I walk in there, everybody's like happy to see me. My family's been here 100 years. I lost everything. So it really makes me feel good that everybody's real nice to me. And then as far as like all the contractors, I got let me see all the contractors. American Alloy. He helping me with dumpsters. And then who's the other contract? Then I got Bob Varity's my attorney. He's helping me with you always get some kind of legal stuff. You need a lawyer.
You need a lawyer.
So he's been helping me with that. Varity, Kinsella, they're from Union. They used to be from Elizabeth. And then Rawway Propane, my friend Tommy, he gave us propane all winter.
Tommy, he's a good guy. I know Rawway Propane, yeah.
He gave us propane all winter.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I wish I have it all written down on my phone, all the people.
And these are all volunteers.
Yeah. And then Curcio and Maloney, they're from right here in Springfield.
Uh-huh.
They gave me all free heating equipment. Yeah, they gave me all, and then all the advice I need. Like, you need a lot of advice because we're building this place from scratch. We don't even have a plan. So all these people, like, the expertise that you need nowadays is mind-boggling to actually build something. Then that was Curcio and Maloney, and who else? There's someone I gotta look up when I take a break. I'll look on my phone. I have all the names of everybody that helped. I don't want to really miss anybody. And then Maximum Welding from Newark. He won't let me buy a piece of metal over there.
Wow, man.
He gives me all the steel I need, and he sends the welder over. If it wasn't for him, he's the one that told me about Dave Portnoy, Max. He told me about Dave Portnoy, how to get all signed up with all that stuff. And then when something broke on the brick oven, I could show you a picture. He sent 2 guys there for 2 days to weld cast iron, which is, most people tell you that's impossible. It can't be done. But if you want to send 2 guys there, one guy holds the torch to keep it hot while the other guy solders, it's possible. But you have to send guys that really know their business to do it.
Experts.
Yeah.
And they volunteered, Al.
Yeah. Like
this is all done
they don't even ask them for money.
Wow, what a blessing, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got all these, just a whole bunch of people like that that's really helping keep the price down and making you feel like, that you're appreciated. That makes me feel good.
You know what, Al? That's that old school sense of community, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, your neighbor had your back and everybody helped each other out. This outcry for you when the place burned down is amazing. And the volunteers, like, you got accountants, lawyers working for free.
Yeah.
I mean, how thankful can you be for that? That's amazing.
Yeah. On top of what everything else costs. It's just mind-boggling what things cost. I told you, just within the last 5 years, I don't know who wrecked the economy, but like, I'm seeing the economy's wrecked. Now they're saying the price of produce just went up 39% in a year. It is. You go to buy a head of lettuce in a supermarket or something, it's like crazy.
It's ridiculous. Everything's expensive, man.
It's really true.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. In a world like this where everything keeps going up in price, to find people like that to help you for free, that is amazing.
Yeah, and they're volunteering, And there's so many more. When I'll get the list, we'll update the list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get all the list together, give it to Dave. Maybe he'll send out a tweet.
There you go. Yeah, and then everybody gets it in one shot because he's got a big outreach.
Yeah.
Now, it's fair to say these people never have to pay for a slice of pizza anymore when they go to your joint.
Yeah, but some of these people, they're like,
They want to pay.
They want to pay.
They want to pay. I hear you.
That's how I became. Like when I didn't have any money, people gave me stuff. It's different. Now I'm older. I got enough money to pay for that. I'm happy to pay these people, you know. But there was a time in my life when I had no money. It was so funny growing up in Elizabeth like that. It's just like they used to tell you about the Bible. You had lean years and you had fat years. You had lean years and you had fat years. And then there was a lady. Every week she had a fundraiser, was a spaghetti and meatball dinner. It was like a business. There was always some person every week that we had to raise money for.
I see.
Yeah. So I kind of grew up with that.
You grew up with
you
that.
had to go,
yeah.
and they taught you how to get down on your knees and stuff. You had to beg for stuff sometimes. Yeah. It's like you never see nobody getting down on their knees for nothing in this country.
Yeah,
you know
right about that.
But
yeah.
back then, you come
Back
from that
then,
culture, man.
You come from that cloth.
You had to get on your knee.
Kiss the ring.
It was for real.
I believe it. Oh, how's the vibe in Santillo's now when you walk in there? Does it feel like the old school place, or it looks totally different?
No, it looks like I'm putting it back just the way it was.
That was my question, because there's an energy and a vibe to having a place.
That's what
like
I'm saying. I'm not going to change. Long as I'm going to be there, it's that. I don't know how far that vibe goes back, the 20s, the 40s, the 60s, but there's definitely an energy, a vibe to that place that I could feel.
Yeah, you got to keep that energy.
Yeah,
I think that's the creativeness you got.
Yeah,
those pies weren't made without that energy.
No, you have to have that vibe to do it. Yeah, you got to push. Don't go. You got to push.
You got to push. Is there any upgrades you made?
Well, only the ones that they made me. Like some of the stuff I was grandfathered in, but a lot of the stuff I did have to upgrade. Like I had to have to upgrade to like electrically controlled fire alarm, or it goes off automatic. Can't have that stupid little thing anymore. It's got to be hardwired.
Yeah.
And then they made me do that. And now I used to have 3 sinks in the place. Now I got 6.
Is that an OSHA regulation?
Yeah, they want a sink everywhere. Every 20 feet, you gotta have a sink.
Oh my God, man!
In case somebody feels like washing their hands, you can't walk all the way over there to wash your hands. You gotta have a sink right there.
It's 6 sinks every 2 seconds. That's insane.
I had 3 sinks. Now I got 6 sinks. Yeah.
So that's simple upgrades. Nothing crazy. It still doesn't take away from the place.
And the place is still small. It's real homey feeling when you come in there. And no, I couldn't have any sit down because I have no parking, and then that was another thing. When they built those buildings originally, they were too long and skinny.
They were narrow.
So I'm all the way in the back where the oven is, where everything's happening. So if people came in, you have to have somebody run from the back all the way to the front, from the back all the way to the front. And you can't even do that because it's so skinny, it gets complicated. Because now, remember I told you one family with attached business? Mm-hmm. Well, now the new code is, I got to state this code, it's called mixed use, residential, and commercial. You're going to hear mixed use. That's the new thing.
And commercial, yeah.
Right. So if this is the whole long, skinny building, the front half is residential, the back half's commercial.
Yeah.
You can't take a pizza from here, walk through the residential, and bring it to somebody at the front door.
Really?
You can't go through the residential like that. So now they have to, and the driveway, it's not even a driveway no more because it was only 8 foot, the driveway. So now
I remember I was there measuring.
So now, you know what it's called? Now it's called a side yard.
A side
driveway
yard.
has to be 10 feet.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember being with you and I said, Al, it's going to be hard to get a double
And you were
gate
right.
in
You
here.
weren't getting nothing down there.
I wasn't getting no car down there. No, it was
Nothing.
impossible. Yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Yeah,
man.
so now it's not a it's just a side
It's
yard.
just a side
there.
yard with a mixed use. That's it.
It's still the same place.
It's still
They
the
got
same
all
place.
these different rules. And what else? And it's all about, I couldn't make it any bigger because then you'll change the ground cover. That's called ground cover. If you change the ground cover, you know what happens then?
What happens?
Then you got to come under the new code, not the old code.
So that's how you stay grandfathered in.
Yeah.
You got to keep it as a mixed use.
That's
and then
called you can't change the ground cover.
Wow, there's so many policies and, codes.
I have to keep to the same exact what I got. If you make it any bigger, then I'll have to have setbacks. I don't have not having room for setbacks. I can't do it.
Well, thank God you had a good lawyer by your side that volunteered and your accountant.
Yeah.
People in place that really helped you get this business back to where it was. Because I know it was hurting everybody when we heard the news. And I was so sad. I was like, oh, my God. I remember I called you and then I was there a couple weeks later and I was shocked. I'm from Elizabeth originally. And to see that, it hurt me. I was like, man, this has to come back. And look, we're here. We're a few months away.
Well, like I said, lucky I played by the old rules and I really clean living, because that's another thing about being a bread baker. A lot of them were drunks.
Gamblers.
All that. And I didn't want to be like that because I cared too much about the product. Because I tried it, but guess what? Then the product tells on you, and I could tell. Say the bread's supposed to come out a certain way. If you're drinking or coming in late, don't come out right.
Don't come out right.
I wanted my bread to come out right all the time. So, I don't smoke. I don't drink.
Wow.
So,
discipline.
Yeah, and the work makes you good. You care enough about what you're doing, then that you don't have time for all that other nonsense.
Mm-hmm. And did you get? The work ethic came from your father, but what about the 4 years in service? Did that shape you too?
Oh yeah, that gave me the discipline because I didn't really, your father could do all he wants, but till you go in the Air Force and you got to go march 5 miles a day.
Oof. Sheesh.
You know what I mean?
That's another level.
Yeah, that's another level. They got you out marching every day. And a lot of guys didn't make it. I'm lucky that I was tough enough to make it through. Just in basic training, we lost 50% of the guys that didn't make it through basic training. Really? And then I only stayed in 4 years. And out of that 4 years, another half of those guys didn't make it 4 years.
Wow.
What branch? By the time, Air Force.
Air Force.
So by the time you're in 4 years, there's only 25% graduating, say, at the end of 4 years from all the guys that started boot camp 4 years before on that day.
Wow, so you've seen it through.
Yeah.
So that's always been part of your life, is just starting something and finishing it, not just half-assing it.
Some things I didn't finish,
Like what?
Well, I was going to college. I went to college part-time when I was in the Air Force. Then I got out, I did part-time. I got 4 years of college. And then when you go to get your degree, they say, well, these courses don't count. That course don't count.
They got you.
They got you. You got to do another year. Because those courses don't, Oh, you told me to take these courses. Well, you wanted them.
It should have been more clear with you. Jesus.
So then I went 4 years of college. I wasn't going to do another year. So then I did go to college for 4 years.
What school?
I wound up going to 3 different colleges. I went to 2 when I was in Texas because I'd go to college at night.
Okay.
San Antonio College, and then it was Texas Lutheran.
Okay.
And then when I came up here, I went to Kane College.
Kane, that's where I went to. Kane. Yeah. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, so, I'm glad I went and did all that. I learned a lot in college.
Mm-hmm.
Applied a lot of that.
Smart businessman. And besides a smart businessman, a smart creative chef.
Well, the thing is, I'm in love with that product, and I see what other people do to make money, and I'd rather take the less money and have my product good. Because it's so interesting. I compare it to like a winery. We went on a winery tour, and they tell you all this stuff. There's certain bottles of wine. They got little designations on them, and one of them is, I think, proprietors or something. So that's the one that's supposed to be the best, that the guy that owns the winery reserved for himself.
Yeah, if I heard of this,
So that's what I have is proprietary. It's the same one that I have for myself. That's what I'm selling to you. Mm-hmm. I don't have one that I sell to you and then a different one for myself.
I see.
So that's why I want the product for myself and my family. And then I seen this with my own eyes. I used to work at another bakery because my father told me I had to work around when I was young. I was always working and sleeping. I worked at this other bakery, and it was a good Italian bakery. It wasn't as good as Santillo's, but it was a good bakery. And a guy owned a big Italian bakery, but that used to make what nowadays you call mock Italian bread. Not the real thing. It's not the crusty, hard bread you see sticking out of the bag, came out of a brick oven. But he was mass producing it. So he used to come to this place to get the bread for himself. Because his bread, he couldn't eat it because he was mass producing it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I said, who the heck needs that?
Oh my God.
I seen a lot of people that got real big in the bread business. Bread business is really tough business.
It's a tough business.
Really, really tough. If I tell you all the things they do to cut costs in the bread business,
the bread's trash, right?
Yeah, you
all
won't
the
want
additives.
it's all additives, preservatives, mass produced.
Make it cheaper and make more money. See, but you kept your true self.
I buy the best flour on the market. I buy the best sauce you could get, and I get the best cheese. And I'm really a wizard at tasting the ingredients and knowing which one is the best quality. You could give those ingredients to somebody else, and they can't tell you which one's the better one and what one's the cheaper one because they don't work with it enough.
Yeah, it's true. But that's why I always say you're an artist. You take great quality product ingredients and you make this beautiful, masterful, pizza for people. Yeah. And it's not about the money; it's about the art and the experience, and that's why you'll never go out of business. Because people know they're paying for good quality stuff.
No, you're 100% right. The guy that's making the quality will always sell.
Always sell. Yeah, exactly. And it's not about who's the richest or who's the most proud. No. It's just, I want to make a living, I want to serve people, and I want to do right by you.
Well, the way the other saying that went with that was, go do what you're going to do, do the right thing. If you're going to get rich, or the way they say, if the money's going to come, it's going to come.
It's going to come, yeah.
Right? It'll come if it's supposed to come. They do a lot of those things on faith. But this is the recipe. Don't change the recipe for nothing. This is how you make it. Don't change that. And then, well, what if you can't get this ingredient? What if you can't get that? We'll learn how to reformulate it. It's Santillo's pizza. It's not Guzman's cheese that I got to use. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's got to be Santillo's. We're going to get the best available, and it has to have a certain taste that we're looking for.
Yeah.
You can't start putting American cheese on there.
No.
So say I make a pizza, and what I did to get around that somewhat is I got my Santillo's original, and then if you want to put something different on there, I would tell you that it's gonna. If you want fresh garlic, say I don't put fresh garlic in the sauce, but some people like garlic. So then that's an extra.
That's an extra.
You have to ask for the garlic, and I'll put it in the sauce for you. So I'll put the sauce on the pie. I'll sprinkle the garlic in, and I'll mix the garlic in the sauce. I'll make you the garlic sauce. Oh, I want them. There's no garlic in the sauce. Give me $5. I'll put it in there.
Hey, listen, it's art. You're selling art at the end of the day, and it comes at a price. You know what I mean? Are you going to raise your prices?
I'm hoping I don't have to, but
raise them.
I'm gonna. Yeah. I mean,
you gotta make a living.
What my father did was he figured it out two ways. He figured out what it cost him to make, then he added on his margin on.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever his margin was supposed to be,
30%,
25% or whatever. He added that on to what it cost. Because if you don't do that, then you're really going to be losing because you could lose fast. And the other what he used to do also was he would call all the pizzerias in the phone book, even out of town, and find out what they were charging. If anybody was charging more than him, then he raised his price. And everybody saying anything, well, so-and-so's charging more than me. Go over there. And that's where he came with. I saw a place charging $23 for a large round pie. I'm leaving out the boardwalk prices because just before the fire, I was $20, and that was so January 24. I was going to raise the prices up $1 to $21. Which is worth it because
you're getting quality stuff.
Not only that, pizza is the least expensive thing you can buy. A large pizza feeds 4 people. You go to a restaurant, $23, you're lucky if you feed one person for $23.
Cover an appetizer.
And they're giving you small portions. You go to a restaurant, you're not getting a big thing of food like your wife's gonna serve you.
Yeah.
You get a
little bit.
I know exactly how much they give you. If you go to a fancy sit down, like at a wedding, right? You're going to get a pound of food. That's from beginning to end. You're going to get 2 ounces of bread. Dessert's going to be 2 ounces. You're going to get whatever, 3 or 4 ounce piece of chicken, 2 ounces of this vegetable, 2 ounces of potato. You're going to get a pound. And that's 5 servings. And it's going to come out to 16 ounces. And that's the most a human being can eat is a pound of food. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to eat more than a pound of food over whatever that course is, don't forget, you're eating at a wedding, they're feeding you over like at least a half hour by the time the one thing comes to the end. Yeah. Then you're getting beverages. So on top of it, so I know exactly what everything's supposed to be. So if I'm giving you 2 slices of pizza and you want it thin, well, guess what? The thin pizza is going to cost you more than the thick pizza.
Yeah. But you know what? You're feeding 4 people, like you said.
But the funny thing was, I always grew up worried about the real cost-conscious customers. We had a lot of those, we'll say, in Elizabeth.
The cheapos.
Cost-conscious. They're always complaining about the price. Right? Yeah. No matter what the price was.
They always complain.
Whatever it was. If it was $8, they complained. If it was $5, this one customer cured me. He comes in one time like he was going to be the toughest customer ever. And he goes, "How much you going to give me off on the pizza?" That was the first words out of his mouth. I said, "Hold on, sir. What? You didn't even ask me how much the pizza cost yet."
Come on. Seriously.
So that was it. I don't worry about the price no more.
Oh, my God.
It's just certain people, they come in and they're already asking for a discount. They don't even know that the discount's already built into the price.
And that's not your customer. Your customer is the person that will pay
I know,
whatever
but it's cute
to have,
because then they wrote another book called Outliers. So here's your envelope. Me and you and everybody's in the envelope. Then this guy comes in. He wants a discount, and he don't even know what the pizza costs. He's outside the envelope, but he's the guy that everybody's worrying about.
Yeah, that's actually
Somebody wrote that book.
Somebody wrote that book
called Outliers. That's what that's about.
Did you read the book?
No, but I heard I listened to a podcast about it. Explained it all. That was enough. I got the whole gist of the book.
Yeah.
Don't worry. In the moral story, don't worry about the outliers. Worry about everybody in the envelope.
I like that. That's a nice concept, man. Yeah. These days, Al, what do you do to decompress? What do you do to relax? Because you got a lot going on, man.
That's a good thing. What do I do to decompress?
I try to decompress. It's hard sometimes, man. Yeah. Your mind's going 100 miles an hour.
The real thing you're supposed to do is go get some physical exercise.
I do that every day.
But sometimes, like a lot of times, I'm too tired to go. But not even that too tired. It was just been too hot. This was a hot.
Oh, it was a hot summer.
I can't. Once it's over 90 degrees, I can't be staying out in that sun. Doing no kind of exercise. I got to go hide under the shade tree. Maybe just like try to do a little bit of stretching or put my feet up. And your body needs way more rest than you realize, though.
Yeah. The older I'm getting, I'm realizing
they say you're supposed to learn from the animals. You know how many hours a day a lion sleeps?
12 hours?
20.
20 hours. Come on, seriously? And the other 4 hours, they're killing everything in sight.
Anything in sight, he's killing it. And then every time they show you like a nature show, what's the line? They just ate and they're all like...
And they're all knocked out dead. Look at that. Holy cow. It's true. You need rest. You can't be your best if you don't rest.
But when he gets up, he's the king of the jungle. Well, the king is coming.
Oh, man. Listen, I am excited to see what's going to happen in the next couple months with you, man.
I could talk to you all day, Lou.
No, look, it's always fun when you come on. I love it, man. Seriously, we might have to start our own show on the side. Yeah. Maybe once a month. We'll just
Alan Louie
talking pizza and something gooey.
I was almost going to be Louie.
Really?
I had a cousin, Louis. How do you spell your name?
Luis,
Yeah,
Luis. But
there
Louis
is a lot
what
of
people call me.
Yeah, there is a. But is it the same name as Luigi?
No,
What
it's
is
Luis.
Luis? What is Luis?
Luis is it's like the Spanish version of Luis.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, Luis.
Right.
That's
I didn't know if it meant the same thing. Like like St. Louis.
Oh,
St.
it might
Louis.
be.
I don't know if
gotta-
that's what I'm trying to say. Is that the difference between Santillo and Santillo, or is it different?
I think it's just the Spanish.
Luis.
Yeah, Luis.
They pronounce it
It's
Luis,
yeah.
but you think it's Louis.
Louis. A lot of people call me Louis, but
Because
I
I
don't
know
I'm
in
like,
Italian it's Luigi.
Luigi. In
Yeah.
Italian, it's Luigi, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
Luigi. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, I know. So it's the
Like-
same. So I guess my name in Italian would have probably be Luigi, but in Spanish it's Luis.
Okay, so it's the same name. Yes.
Same
Okay,
name.
so I'm saying the
Yeah.
same thing.
And you
Like
were
my
going to be a
grandfather
Luis.
was Luigi, but they called him Louis.
And everybody calls me Louis too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
Louis sounds like.
And they just call you Al.
Louis sounds sweet.
Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou.
That's what my
There you
dad
go.
calls me. Sweet Lou.
Lou. And tip top over here.
I love it. You only been called Al? Never had a nickname?
They always used to call me Big Al.
Big Al. Oh,
Yeah,
you
like,
lost
yeah,
weight
like-
though, man.
like-
You were bigger back then or no?
No, because Al Capone was Al. So back then, Big Al Capone was still a presence when I was young for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
He was
Al Capone.
made John Gotti look like a Boy Scout. Remember how famous John Gotti was?
Yeah.
Well, Al Capone was 10 times more.
Teflon Don.
Yeah, but
John
Al
Gotti.
Capone was still carried some weight.
Wow, man.
Just that name.
You ever sold pizza to a mobster?
Not that I know of. You shouldn't know if they are or not.
I know,
it's a
right?
secret
Yeah.
society.
It's a
How
secret
would I
society.
know if, like, what if somebody's one of those Masons? I don't know nothing about them, but I know.
Yeah.
I know these conspiracy theorists. They're always talking about Masons or Freemasons and all this kind of stuff. How would you know if somebody is one? I don't know. They got a tattoo or something. They tell you.
It's a secret society, you said. Yeah.
I don't know. Like all the ones that are acting like they are probably aren't.
It's the ones that are the quietest that you got to worry about, not the loudest, right? Oh, man. Al, I can talk to you forever, man. Listen, I appreciate you coming back on today, talking to me about what's going on with Santillo's and the grand reopening. And, I'm excited to see this new wave in your business. I think you're going to blow up even more than before, man.
Well, I'm getting my strength
Yeah,
back.
you're strong. You're
Yeah,
strong,
I'm
man.
getting
Are
it
you
back.
doing your walking? Are you walking every day? 10,000
Listen,
steps?
I was doing a whole lot till they got this heat wave, but I don't waste any time. I said my rest is important too. Like I could show you a video. I was inside that oven yesterday cleaning that oven. Did you see that video?
No.
I
Is
posted-
it on, you put it on Instagram?
My last Facebook post.
Your last Facebook?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find
I
it.
sent
real
it to
quick.
Dave Portnoy too.
And you were cleaning the oven.
Yep, I climbed right in there.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it right now for everybody listening.
Go on Facebook, Santillo's
here you go.
Pizza. There you go.
I'm going to show it to the camera.
That good.
This is Al cleaning
This is yesterday. I'm getting my
yesterday.
Yeah.
Cleaning the oven. Look at this. It's like Santa Claus.
Watch. Wait till you just watch. It's not that long. Just let them watch it.
Look
I
at
thought
that.
you were letting the
Holy
customers
cow,
in.
you went all the way in there.
Watch. I'm not done yet. I'm just getting in. I went in there and I was in there a couple hours yesterday. Rolling around, crawling
at
around.
that.
Yeah, you got to be still in pretty good
Look at
limbered up
this.
condition.
You got to be
get-
limber. I don't even think I can fit through
That's
there.
what I'm saying. You got to be limber to get in there.
And you were just cleaning?
Watch, you'll see what I do. It's not that long. A few more seconds. Watch. Wow.
So for everybody listening,
Watch,
he's
he's gonna
cleaning
turn the
the
light.
inside.
And that's it. You can shut it off.
Al, man, listen, let me tell you something, man. You are one of a kind.
You ain't kidding.
You are amazing. I wish you nothing but way much more success when this opens. Before we get out of here, look at that camera. Tell everybody where they can find you, about the news of the opening. Give them all the info.
You want to watch Dave Portnoy because he'll announce the
Yep.
grand opening.
Shout
He'll
out
be
Dave
there.
Portnoy.
It's going to be a grand opening. I don't know if it's going to last a week or a month. It's going to be a big deal.
I'll be there.
It should be coming up in October. Keep your fingers crossed, or very soon. We're over there working every day. We're on Facebook. Look for Santillo Pizza. We're on Instagram. Look for Santillo Pizza. And we got a Facebook group, Santillo Volunteers. But you just Google Santillo, bunch of stuff comes up.
Love it, man. And the people can still volunteer till this day. And are you hiring when it opens? Are you hiring, or you got the same crew?
I'm talking to people now. I'm really talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody wants a job there, just call the pizzeria number, and you'll be able to get through the pizzeria number. Or you could people DM you. That's a lot of people that DM me.
DM, yeah.
And I got a lot of people want to help. And it's going to be great. I mean, it's
excited.
Going to be better than ever.
No, I think this is going to be, small setback for a major comeback. And I think now with the love and support you have from the community, with the love and support you have from the internet, from social media, from Dave Portnoy, I think, my friend, you are on a trajectory to be on rocket fuel. Yeah. And this is going to go further than I think you can even imagine, man. Yeah. And I'm just excited to be here as your friend and watch this happen before my eyes. And really, I do wholeheartedly wish you nothing but the best, Al. You deserve it.
And I believe you, Louis.
Amen. That's a beautiful way to finish it, brother. Thank you so much for coming on, Al. Keep in contact. Don't forget about
Louis
me.
Guzman. What's the name of your show?
I'm an artist. Not a salesman. You're not a salesman. You sell pizzas, but it's because it's art. It's not
I'm
pizza.
a baker, not a BSer.
Hey, there's your show right there.
Yeah,
there's your
I'm a baker, not a BSer. You want to hear the truth? You go talk to the baker. He'll give you the Uncle Al version, unvarnished version.
Oh, my God.
It ain't going to be easy, but you'll go home and your light bulb will light.
You'll think about something.
Your light bulb will light after you talk to Uncle Al.
That's it, Uncle Al. And you're going to be at the Pizza Fest.
I straightened out a lot of people over their life just by doing what I'm doing and setting a good example, and people want to be their best around you.
I think that's a big thing that you do, Al. And, I think you need to, it has to be highlighted on this podcast that Al, not just all the delicious pizzas he makes, but the advice and the knowledge that you pass down to people.
That's what it's all about. I think
that's priceless, man.
Yeah.
That's doing the Lord's work.
We have to be a bridge to the younger generation.
100%.
That's why I got to take care of myself. You have to have continuity in life. Talk about how the young people are going to do it. They're going to have to survive their youth. They're going to have to survive their revolution. They all go through, and then they're going to have to survive their lost years. And then, hopefully, before they're too old, they start wanting to reestablish their tradition and everything, because it has a lot to do with the United States being so big. It's like a vacuum sucking you all over the place, and you have to fight that. And
you know what? You stick to your morals and your integrity, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
you don't sell your soul.
No, that's the whole thing. I'm not a sellout.
No, you're not a sellout, man. You stay true to who you are. Yeah. You believe who you are, and you show people who you are.
Yeah, and I was taught the right way, and I'm sticking with it.
God bless you, Al. Thank you again. I can't wait to see you soon, all right?
Yeah.
We'll stay in contact, and I will be there grand opening, and I'm going to buy a bunch of pizza. I can't wait. Guys, that is a wrap on episode 49 of I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman podcast. If this podcast inspired or moved you in any way, please subscribe to my Apple, Spotify, and YouTube platforms by typing in Luis Guzman, I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman, and clicking that subscribe button. Also, please make sure to follow my Instagram handle at I'm an Artist, Not a Salesman for further content and updates. I am thankful for every listener. I pray you have a blessed one, not a stressful. Peace. See ya.
I need you by my side.